Okay, you ready? Now let's continue on from where we left off. Last time, part 1 of this video, we talked about Jimin and Jungkook's Weverse live stream that they held on July 14th together. It was titled, oh, we didn't talk about this. 이게 맞습니까? That was the title. To be translated as, is this right? And by that, they're referring to their Disney Plus entertainment / travel series called Are You Sure? 이게 맞아. Which could be also translated as Is This Right? For season 1, they traveled to the US, Jeju Island, and Japan, and they had so much fun traveling and having fun with each other. And for Jeju Island trip, V also joined them, Taehyung. Season 2, by the way, is coming up, for which they traveled to Switzerland and Vietnam, I heard, and I'm super excited about that. Alright, so last time we covered until 18 minutes 30-second mark, and right before we ended, we talked about how Jimin and Jungkook reminiscent about 행보관님, who's a military personnel. It was super funny. 행보관님 is translated as like company master sergeant, so it's a specific military role, right? And he's a super funny guy. Whenever he saw Jimin and Jungkook, he did a parody of Jungkook's 7, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Instead, he sang that line in Korean in a very funny way, like 월요일, 화요일, 수요일, 목요일, 금요일, something like that. So, and right before they got discharged, 행보관님 collected their photo cards and made a whole photo album just for those. And then he asked them to autograph, to sign them before they leave. Alright, so 18 minute 31st mark, Jungkook suggests, let's watch something fun. And Jimin asks, what do you want to watch? And Jungkook suggests, let's do a J-Hope reaction video. I'm gonna skip this portion because of the copyright issue, but Jimin says that, but honestly, we already watched this so much together during our trip, and by that trip, I think they're referring to the travel that they did for season 2 of 이게 맞아. And in fact, Jungkook, they did a dance challenge for Killing a Girl, right? And Jungkook filmed Jimin doing this dance challenge, and so many armies were impressed and also made fun of this because the way this video was so like shaky and low quality, and the way they hashtag these names inside the video. Hashtag JK Jimin, J-Hope, and J-Hope Killing a Girl. I mean, Jimin absolutely killed it, and I also thought it was adorable that Jungkook kind of sang along during the chorus part. But people are like, how did Jungkook film this? Was he like actually lying down on the floor with the camera held up, with his hand, or was it like squatting down? And the way Jimin just like did a freestyle before actually doing the dance challenge for the chorus, and yeah, for about the half of the video, that was also totally against the mainstream trend of filming a TikTok challenge. So that was pretty hilarious. All right, so they really complimented J-Hope's, this track, Killing a Girl. And I think it was Jimin who said, I think the location choice was amazing. The filming came out so well. And if you have watched 전참시, J-Hope 전참시 episode, J-Hope 전참시 episode, you know how much, how hard he worked to film that music video. And he filmed it in Thailand, right? Thailand, Bangkok. Let me know if I'm wrong. So, Jimin thought that the location choice was amazing. The filming came out so well. The dancers were insane, and Jimin once again commented on J-Hope's Hobi Palooza in Berlin. He said J-Hope just went all out today, like literally. And I think where is it? As always. Oh, wait, can I? Oh, at the same time, before I move on, I am totally aware of the fact that we have now so much more to go through. On July 15, these guys, BTS members, did like 15 live streams, right? So I'm excited to go through each of them with you guys, with this natural English translation and my reaction and my commentary, right? So Yeah, I'm aware of it. But first thing first, let's go through this one. I think, yeah, 19 minute 7 second mark. He said this. 오늘 그냥 아예 그냥 싹 다 벗고 하더만 J-Hope. Meaning today when J-Hope performed, he basically took everything off. Yeah, he's saying he was basically naked. Do you have a photo of him? Do we not? Yeah, but you know what he's talking about, right? Basically, or I can search it right here. J-Hope Hobi Palooza Berlin, or yeah, J-Hope Hobi Palooza Berlin. Yep, there we go. Basically naked. 싹 다 벗고 하구만. And I have a photo right here. And Jimin was watching it live. And he even posted a Weverse story on his Instagram story where he said, 나도 벗어 던졌다 형. I also took everything off. Yeah, I love their brotherhoodship. There we go. This was my thumbnail actually. 싹 다 벗어 던졌구나. And then he said, did what he did today get uploaded to Weverse? I think that was a question asked by Jungkook. And Jimin said, I saw it on Weverse. It's up there. I'm not sure if the full video has been uploaded yet though. It is uploaded now. I think so. Last time I checked it was. So go check it out if you have not checked out the legendary performance by J-Hope. Did you watch the whole thing from beginning to end? Jungkook asked. I only missed the encore. Jimin says, I didn't even know that there was going to be one. I had already watched this an hour and 20 minutes. It was crazy. Even had a VCR segment too. And by that, he's talking about the concept film of Charm of Hope that they played during the Hobi Palooza Berlin. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this as well. Yeah, J-Hope, Jimin said it was crazy. Man, J-Hope really went full on man mode. 남자가 됐다. Referring to J-Hope's sexiness that he showcased during this promotion of Killing a Girl, right? J-Hope도 남자 하는구나. That's what he said. Sorry. Yeah, J-Hope도 남자 하는구나. Literally, he's saying J-Hope is doing man too. You know, showcasing his masculineness. And then at 21 minutes. Yeah, so he said JK, so Jungkook too. You also basically just took everything off, totally shirtless. And Jungkook goes, didn't you take your top off too, Hyung? Back in the day. And Jimin was like, when did I do that? Oh, right. Jungkook, you only wore the jacket, didn't you? And then Jimin finally remembered, that's true. Jungkook says, 사돈 내 말 안 해. Look who's talking now. And you're right. And I have these photos with me. Yep, here we go. Jimin was doing that man mode, 남자 하는구나, from years ago. So Jungkook's right. Look who's talking now. Wow. I mean, it was basically took everything off. When was this? I think 2015 or something. This post was written in 2018. But yeah, it was jacked. There we go. Anyways, so that's what they meant. Let's move over to 21 minutes 22 seconds mark. Alright, so now they have stopped playing the mixed video. Jungkook trying to log on to Weverse. And speaking of which, when the members did live stream on July 15th, they had technical difficulties with Weverse, and that was also so funny. I cannot wait to talk about that. So Jungkook says, I have Weverse accounts here. I have to log in, but they weren't sure whether this like
근데 이게 가로로 안 돌아가더라고.
it can rotate to the landscape mode.
아니 가로로 안 돌아가죠.
It doesn't go horizontal. So Jungkook turns his head sideways.
아니 이게 또 빼서 하면 귀찮잖아. 아니지 뭐더라?
So Jimin is like, so do you always watch it like this?
나도 내 아이디 까먹어.
They forgot their IDs for Weverse.
같이 고개 돌아가는 게 짜증나네.
짜증나네 means annoying. Jimin says it's annoying that I'm turning my head sideways too, just like you.
같이 내려가. 맞나?
This is so cute.
이거였나? 이걸로 했나? 아니잖아. 이거 아니야. 이거는.
So they're like,
잠시만. 이거나 키면 안 되잖아. 뭐 했어? 인형이라고 쳤네. 이거죠.
so like, wait, what was that? My ID again? I forgot mine too. It's annoying to take the phone out and adjust it, And yeah, both of them are tilting their heads. Is this one? Did I use this login?
이거?
That's not it. That's not either.
아 근데 난
And then they are watching Jin's Don't Say You Love Me music video.
이게 진짜 이 광고판 이거 못 봤어?
Do you know why Jimin's laughing here? So he's about to talk about something hilarious.
내가 사줄. 봤어? 아니 난 듣기만 했어. 여기만 이렇게 몰라 이거?
So before that, I think it was here.
뭐 볼까요? 이거죠. 이거?
Yeah, let's watch this one. Jin's music video for Don't Say You Love Me, featuring Shin Se-kyung, the actress. And they say it was seriously amazing. But
이거 못 봤어? 내가 사줄. 봤어? 아니.
Jimin's talking about the billboard. This one, the image that I already had up.
난 듣기만 했어. 여기만 이렇게.
Jungkook only heard about it,
보여줘. 내가 사줄게.
but he didn't get to see it in person.
잘생겼다.
So Jimin said, I'll find it and show you. Jungkook said, Jin's super handsome.
아유 잘생겼는데 이거는 안 잘생겼어. 진영이.
But Jimin says, yeah, he is handsome, but not in this one. Not in this one.
진짜 밑입술이 되게 도톰하구나.
Jin billboard.
그 광고 뭐라고 태웠지?
Jungkook just said, Jin's lower lip is really full, though. 입술 means lip. Okay?
광고판?
Jimin is trying to Google it. Jin 광고판, like Jin billboard,
판.
to find that image.
아
Maybe this one.
이걸 걸?
And then 3, 2, 1. Burst into laughter.
진.
And the video version is even more hilarious. How did this happen? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Jin.
미쳤다.
That's insane, they said.
진. 이거 보면 이거밖에 생각이 안 나서.
So Jimin says, this is the only thing I could think of whenever I watched the music video.
왜 거기 서 있었어, 진?
Why were you just standing there, Jin?
아니지. 찍은 사람이 잘못한 거 아니야?
Jungkook says that it was the photographer's fault. The director's fault. And I will skip this part as well because of the copyright issue. Jungkook was wondering where was the location of the music video. If I remember correctly, this was Singapore. In fact, Big Hit, Jin had a partnership with the city, the location where he filmed the music video, to Singapore. and which is why the MV feature a lot of beautiful landscapes in Singapore. I did a whole analysis video of the music video. Jungkook goes. Which part of Jin Hyung's song, like which song by Jin was it that you liked the most? Referring to Jin's Run Seokjin concert that he held in Goyang, and these guys attended in person, right? The one with the piano, Jungkook asked, what was the song? Sing along. Jimin says there are two parts, two songs I really love. First one is I Will Come to You. This one, and he is finding it using his phone. Look up the live version. Jimin says. 그리움에. He says I just really loved how he played the piano live while singing. Yep, this one. And for this one, pay attention to the way Jimin watches Jin's performance. Like how he watches so proudly and gets all soft while listening. I love this song. Yeah, right here. Jungkook says, honestly, out of all of Jin Hyung's performances, this one was my favorite too. Again, referring to Run Seokjin concert in Goyang. Yeah, when he watched it at the venue. And Jimin explains, yeah, especially because I didn't expect this part to come up, the live piano performance, so it kind of like caught me off guard in a really good way.
이 자켓의 색깔은 녹색일까요? 검정색일까요? 검정입니다. 확실합니다.
Jungkook being random. Alright, quiz time. What color is this jacket? Green or black? 검정 means black. And Jimin says, without missing a beat, it's black. I'm certain.
왜 그렇게 생각하시죠?
Why do you think that? Jungkook says.
이 옷을 제가 봤잖아요.
Because I have seen him wearing it. And that jacket that they're talking about is this one. Yeah. And Jungkook says, before Jimin starts to talk about something else, I think I'm going to fall asleep to this song tonight. 이거 들으면서 오늘 이 곡 들으면서 자야겠다. It says it at 27. Yeah, 오늘 이 곡 들으면서 자야 되겠다. 오늘 means today. We have learned this word during our Korean session. 이 곡 means song or track. 자야 되겠다. 자다 means to sleep. We also learned this word. Oh wow, we are coming across a lot of words that we have already learned. Alright.
근데 요즘 들어와가지고 영상 찍고 나가요. 미친 사람 같아요.
Them being chaotic again. Jimin said, yeah, this guy, he keeps coming into my room while I'm sleeping these days, records a video and leaves like a total lunatic. And guess why he all of a sudden he starts talking about this? I think his brain caught the word 자다, to sleep, which Jungkook just said. So it's like, oh, to sleep. Oh yeah, whenever I fall asleep, Jungkook comes into my room and starts filming, right? And he's complaining to the armies.
혼자 막 뻗어 있는데
Jungkook trying to stop him.
한참 서가지고 영상 찍다가 그냥 가.
Jimin said, I'm literally like passed out when I fall asleep, and Jungkook just stands there filming for a while and then walks off.
이상해요, 얘, 진짜로.
Yeah, 이상해요. 이상하다 means weird or strange. So he's saying this guy's weird, seriously. And of course, he is joking, right? Weird in a cute way.
그 단톡방에 다 올려놓고 그거.
Then he posts these photos and footage in our group chat, BTS group chat, I'm assuming. And then they finish watching the video. I love how these two guys, being serious vocalists, whenever they watch performances that they love and appreciate, like sing along in a very serious way, trying to really hit it right. He really is handsome, Jimin says.
지금 잘생겼지.
Love the way Jimin and these two guys praise Jin's looks after they made fun of this billboard image. This is legendary, insane.
본인 스스로도 본인이 잘생긴 걸 참 잘 아시는 제일 잘생긴 줄이야.
So Jin Young is super handsome, and Jungkook says, and he knows it. He knows exactly how good looking he is. And of course, Jin always introduces himself as worldwide handsome, which is a nickname that armies have given him.
근데 야 잠깐만.
Huh? Oh, they're trying to read comments. We talked about this, right? Because their background, the wall, is so white and bright, it's hard to see Army's comments, which I'm assuming are located on the left side portion of their screen. And because the background is transparent, it's kind of hard to see against the backdrop at this white wall, which is why Jimin is just standing there so that Jungkook can read them better.
자, I love him. 너희들 잘 어울린다.
And at this point, I want to mention, because there are millions of armies watching these guys live stream, I cannot imagine how difficult it will be for them to try to read the comments. You know what I'm saying? Most of them is lots of purple hearts, and hundreds of chats being written per second. You know what I'm saying?
Background us. 그럼 뭐야? 이거. 나는 어떻게 보? 그렇게.
How can I read the comments? Jimmy says. Oh. This was funny. So, the screen, I think they're using their laptop, MacBook screen to watch 그리움에, right? Jin's 그리움에. And they were using the lyric video, and armies caught that and saying, Jimin, no. And you know how armies were being it's right? Yes. The lyric video by this specific YouTube channel. Jin, I will come to you lyrics. Jin 그름의 가사. And armies go, cancelled. He's not going to survive a single day on army tweets, Twitter. Doesn't know the lyrics, doesn't stream, uses random YouTube videos for listening songs. Jimin, baby, you are doing everything wrong. This is wrong. And then, so are we canceling these big accounts too? Big accounts because these members, for example, their Instagram accounts have tens of millions of followers, right? And so I think armies are joking like that. Are we canceling these big accounts referring to the members too? Because when you watch lyrics videos, it doesn't count toward the streaming. Yeah, they gotta be careful about this. The way the screen can get reflected off the sunglasses. because they could have some private information being shown on the laptop, which is why. Anyway, next.
이게 맞아 보셨나요?
Yeah. Somebody asked, have you seen Are You Sure? The Disney Plus show with Jimin and Jungkook? And they said,
저희 군대에서 봤습니다.
we have. We watched it while we were in the military.
맞죠? 뭐가 맞죠?
And then 29.
좋아.
So they're reading army comments.
안녕하세요. 나만 더워?
Jungkook goes, is it just me or is it hot in here?
Little bit.
A little bit.
Little bit.
A little bit.
여러분들 저 오랜만에 옷 사러 갔는데
옷 means clothes. So saying, guys, so it's been a
제가 옷을 사러 간 게 아니고 그냥 오늘 할 게 없어서
so it's been a while, but I went shopping recently.
형들 윤경이랑 남준형 좀 쇼핑하고 싶다 해서 그냥 따라갔거든요.
윤기형, 남준형, of course, Suga and RM. So, well, I didn't actually mean to go shopping, but I didn't have anything to do that day. And 윤기형 and 남준형 said they wanted to shop, so I just tagged along.
둘은 거의 아무것도 안 사고.
But in the end, they barely bought anything. 거의 means barely.
저만 완전.
And I was the only one who went all out.
큰 가방 이렇게 세 개
Jungkook said I wanted to go too,
이렇게 들고 왔어. 못 일어났어.
but he was still asleep at the time.
많이 사가지고 근데 이게 제가 위에 옷도 오늘 산 건데 바뀌었었어요. 오늘 이것도 산 거라고?
So Jimmy says, I came back carrying 3 big bags like this. I couldn't even stand up straight. I bought so much. And yes, Jimin shared these photos from the day on Instagram, right?
네. 오늘? 네.
Even this top that he's wearing, he bought it today.
팬티에 그냥 쓰레빠 끌고 나가서 사고
So I was just in a plain white t-shirt and slippers when we left.
목걸이도 사고 나 사주는 게
And I kept changing clothes throughout the day.
뭔가 재밌는데? 하다가
Bought this top and necklace too. And 남준형 bought him a hat.
가가지고 그 조끼 같은 거 사서 입고 완전 다시 샀어? 네.
And he got a vest as well and put it on.
소년 재밌는
소년 Jimin. So today I was boy Jimin. 소년 Jimin. And
소지
Jungkook shortens it. 소년 Jimin getting shortened into 소지. Being random. And RM posted a series of photos on that day as well. And with the caption, me cook. Double entendre, yes, America. 미국, that's how Koreans say US or the United States of America. But of course, me cook, meaning I am cooking. And ready to cook was a caption that he wrote before he got onto a flight to LA. Was it right? Yeah, if I remember correctly, when he posted that Instagram story. All right.
지금 그림 그려줄까? 아니?
Jungkook was like, Jimin Hyung, should I draw a picture of you? And immediately she said no.
이거 오랫동안 하고 싶으셨던 말이 있었잖아요.
There's something you've really been wanting to say to armies for a long time, right? 오랫동안 mean for a long time. And Jungkook goes, 보고 싶었어요.
오랫동안 하고 싶으셨던 말이 있었잖아요. 보고 싶었습니다.
보고 싶었습니다. I missed you. 보고 싶다.
진짜 이게 다야.
That's really it. That's all I wanted to say.
이렇게 보는
Jungkook said.
것도 너무 좋은데 너무 실제로 보고 싶어요.
보다. 보다 means to see or to look at or to meet. Okay, so whenever you hear the word 보다, from now on, you can now understand. Oh, they're talking about something about like seeing someone or looking at someone or meeting someone. In this case, they're talking about meeting armies, right?
우리가 사실
어떻게 보면 우리 공연장 가서 보긴 했지.
했는데
Yeah, so it's great to be able to talk to you like this too, but I really truly want to see you in person. I mean, technically, we have seen you at concert. J-Hope's concert, Hope on the Stage Final, and Jin's concert, Run Seokjin. But
단체로 보는 느낌이
그러니까.
사실
the feeling of seeing armies with everyone all together as one,
무대 위에
단체 means group.
올라가서 진짜 눈 마주치면서 대화하고 싶은데.
What I really want is to be up on stage. 무대 means stage.
빨리 시간 지났으면 좋겠다.
Like making eye contact and having a real moment with you.
내년 봄
And he said, I hope time flies quickly. 시간 means time. Okay?
내년 봄까지 열심히 달려야 되잖아요.
We got to push through until next spring, right?
생각나네.
To be honest, I'm a little worried.
내년 봄까지 열심히 달려야 되잖아요.
달리다 means to run, but in this case, he's saying we got to push through. Okay? 달리다 could be used as like a slang in Korean term. We all know the word 달리다 in Korean because 달려라 석진, run BTS, 달려라 방탄.
사실 걱정이 좀 많이 되거든요.
사실 걱정이 좀 많이 되거든요. To be honest, I'm a little worried. Because Jungkook being a perfectionist and professional.
태양이 생각나네. 내년 봄.
And we all know what he means by that, right? This what you just said, next spring, 내년 봄, reminds me of Taehyung when he said next spring. And let me briefly bring up this one.
돌아오지
아니야,
않았지만
진아. 내년 봄.
Made everyone crack up.
돌아올 거야.
미친놈이에요. Jimmy was like, this guy is insane. That was so funny.
제가 들어가기 전에
So I was really curious about what got Taehyung to say that line like over and over again, like a machine. And here's the little backstory.
태영이한테만 그렇게 강의를 시켰거든. 태영아 이거 너가 얘기해줘야 된다.
Jimmy says, right before our last live, I kept reminding Taehyung again and again, Taehyung, you have to say this line.
네가 너무 하냐.
You're the one who needs to tell
할수
them.
있다.
And Taehyung went, I can do it. 나 할 수 있다.
쉬자마자 내년 봄.
Then the second we turned on live, he goes next spring.
그냥 내가 봤을 때 일부러 그런 것 같아.
Jonah says, I swear he did it on purpose. It was so funny.
아 태영이 있었으면 여기 캠 바로 왔을 텐데.
또 상호명
얘기야, 그렇지.
Oh, this was also interesting. If Taehyung were here, he would have jumped on the live as soon as we started, and Jungkook goes, and you know he would have kept name dropping all the brand names again.
그냥
And I mean, celebrities have to be careful about name dropping brands randomly, right? Especially the ones that they're not partnering with, which is why during the last live stream that Jin held after Osaka concert, day one Osaka concert, he after started talking about all the games that he has been playing, he's like had a brain freeze. It was like, oh, 잠깐만. Can I talk about all these brand names? Right, because they have to be careful. And what Jungkook said right here, if Taehyung were here, he would have like kept name dropping all these brands again. I think it's because just Taehyung being Taehyung. And that reminded me of what Jin said during this live stream. Like, I don't remember when. It was like at the end when V goes, can I talk about something? TMI. TMI is a shortened form of too much information. So a little story that I wanted to tell. And Jin was, okay, first of all, say that to RM, whisper it to RM, and get confirmation by the leader to see if it's okay to say it in public to armies. So yeah, I guess Taehyung is known for that,
거의 뭐
최고야.
being
최고.
kind of like out of control, or it's hard to control V. Don't know what to expect from him. Okay, that will be the best phrase. Even the members do not know what to expect from V while doing the live stream. So Taehyung is the best, seriously the best. They say.
형 그냥 이거 하고 갔구나 진짜 도전하실 하고 갔네.
도전하러 간다고.
그러니까.
Yep. So he pointed out that Jinhyung really just popped in, just commented, want to take on the challenge, and left. He really did. That's how Army's comments go by so fast.
정말 나를
If you try to read even one word, it's already gone.
한 글자 읽으면 지나가 버리네.
한 글자 읽으면 지나가 버리네.
당신을 위해 행복합니다. 당신의 행복을 누리세요. 당신 가슴 뭔데? 내년에 대학에 입학하게 되는데.
Oh, so here someone said, "I'm starting college next year. I cannot believe it. I have become an adult. When you left, I was still a minor, but by the time you came back, I had become a grown-up." So by the time these guys got
믿을
discharged,
수가 없어요.
this particular army became an adult. So can't believe it. I said.
그들이 떠났을 때 저는 미성년자였고, 아 우리 군대 가기 전에 미성년자인데 갔다 오니까 마 그냥 마.
And here's when they start to talk about getting older, aging, which I had briefly mentioned in my previous video.
뭐? 이제 뭐? 이제 뭐요?
우리 아미 여러분들도 그냥 하나씩 그냥 다 먹고 있구만 그냥.
Here, they're just laughing. Because-
마 그냥 마.
So it's just making an observation that the armies are getting older with the BTS members.
이제 뭐?
그냥
And I think Jungkook is laughing because of the way Jimin
다 먹고 있구만 그냥.
said that.
다 이제
나이를 먹다. 나이 means age. But 나이를 먹다. 먹다 literally means to eat, right? We have learned that word. But 나이를 먹다 it just means getting older, aging. Getting aged.
그렇지. 왜냐면 같이 가니까 맞아.
저는
똑같이 늙어가고.
전역하고 공항에서 팬들 처음 봤을 때가 진짜 웃겼어요.
So they said, armies, you're all just getting older right along with us now, huh? That's what Jimin said, and that's when they cracked up. And yeah, because we're all aging together. We're getting older in the same way, side by side. And that was beautifully put by Jungkook.
그렇지. 왜냐면 같이 가니까.
같이 가니까
저는
똑같이 늙어가고.
전역하고
똑같이 늙어가고, getting older together, side by side.
공항에서 팬들 처음 봤을 때가 진짜 웃겼어요.
전역하고?
예전에는 우리 저 팬분들 만나면 우리 조심스러우니까 이렇게 인사하면 빨리빨리 지나가잖아요.
When we were discharged and saw the fans at the airport for the first time, that moment was hilarious, Jimin said. Because before, whenever we saw fans, we will always be careful, say a quick hello, and keep it moving.
다른 사람들한테 피해주면 안 되니까.
Because we didn't want to disturb others.
이제 막
But now,
감사하고 저 이러면 아빠 막 이러면 아빠 아이 나무야 가야 된다.
and here, this is not really translatable. It's more about the way he says this, right? The nuance. So now, when armies, try to welcome them at the airport, they're like, okay, thank you, but they're like, go away in a playful way. And fans go, 오빠,
계속 물어봐. 계속 붙여.
아 오빠야 아이
trying to complain.
나오세요.
야 빨리 가세요 빨리. 야 빨리 들어가세요 빨리.
So I think here they're trying to say how close they have become with the armies, right? Beforehand, there was that careful distance between the fan. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be distance now. I think there should be a appropriate amount of distance between fans and artists for the protection's sake. But he's just trying to say they are now more friendly with the armies. which is why they can say,
우리도 이제-
"Hey, go away, step aside."
나이를 먹고 이제 여러분들도 한 살씩 나이 먹고 같이 이렇게 행복하게 늙어갑시다. 예.
Saying, oh yeah, before that, Jungkook saying, some fans keep asking things and following around like "오빠," and then they go, "Please move aside."
좋은 거 같아요. 예전에는 늙기 싫고 뭔가 외모도 바뀌기 싫고
Now, Jimin goes more somber.
되게 오랫동안 여러분들과 이 모습 이대로 있고 싶었는데 지금은 뭐
불가능하지.
늙고 싶다기보다 그거를 좀 잘
넘기고 싶다.
아니 잘 이렇게 만들어 가고 싶다는 생각이 좀
So we're getting older now, and you guys are too, year by year. So let's grow old together, happily.
요즘에는 막 그래도 부정적인 생각들이 많이 없는 것 같아요 저는.
And he was like, I think that's actually really nice. In the past, I didn't want to get older. I didn't want my appearance to change, and I wanted to stay the same forever with you all. That's what he said right here.
아니 늙고 싶다기보다 그거를 좀 잘
넘기고 싶다.
예전에는 늙기 싫고 이 모습 이대로 있고 싶었는데
Yeah, stay the same forever. But Jungkook agrees that's impossible.
늙고 싶다기보다 그거를
And then these days, it's not that I want to age, but I want to go through it in a good way.
좀 잘
I want to age well, it says.
요즘에는 막 그래도
That's where I'm at right now.
부정적인 생각들이 많이 없는 것 같아요 저는 이제 머릿속에.
Okay. This was quite positive. Literally, he said, lately I don't have as many negative thoughts anymore in my mind.
여기서 좀 너무 건강하게 지내서 그런지 모르겠는데.
Maybe it's because I've been so healthy and happy here. And that's really relief for the armies.
아무튼 그래요.
So it's healthy, both physically and mentally.
첫 번째 레슨.
Alright, this one needs some explanation. And they start laughing. So when I first watched this, I was like, what did they talk about? 이건 첫 번째 lesson. That literally means this is the first lesson. And he's impersonating someone. And I thought he was like trying to impersonate like RM or something. RM giving some, I don't know, wise lessons or something. And I totally missed this. And I only learned yesterday that you know from DBSK or TVXQ. He had this song titled "Thank You" from 2021, and this has been blown up on social media, on YouTube and Instagram in Korea for some unknown reason. I think it's partially or majorly because the lyrics are kind of ridiculous and hilarious. Like, this is it. 이건 첫 번째 lesson. This is the first lesson. Keep doing good things only to yourself. And then now the 그리고 두 번째 lesson. Keep sadness to yourself too. So that line that Jungkook delivered was from the song. 첫 번째 lesson. Do you see how Jimin's nostrils get larger because he's trying to hold up his laughter?
일희일비하게.
그건 세 번째 레슨이 알고 있어.
일희일비하지 않기. That's the also a line from the song You Know's Thank You. And Jungkook just said that's actually the third lesson. And Jimin goes, yeah, I know. And the line that he just did was, what was it? This one. 일희일비하지 않기. Don't fuss over small things. Yeah, I only watched this performance video yesterday. I'm like, why is this thing all of a sudden popular in Korea?
근데 일희일비하면 안 돼요.
맞아요. 그 되게 좋은 말이에요.
근데 어제도
So the Korean expression 일희일비하다 can be translated as like to be swayed by every little like joy and sorrow, to ride an emotional roller coaster, or to get overly excited or discouraged by ups and downs, or to react emotionally to every high and low. And it's often used to encourage like emotional stability or long-term mindsets. and that was one of the lessons delivered by You Know from TVXQ or DBSK. 세 번째 lesson.
이제 남준 형이랑 얘기하면서 그 얘기를 했는데 다 들어가고 또 남준 형이랑 또 아주 예쁜 얘기들을 하고 잤죠.
That's actually really good advice. And yesterday I was talking with Namjun Hyung about that. We talked about all sorts of things, and then I went to bed after.
자고 있었지.
Wait.
다 들어가고 또 남준 형이랑
Yeah, while other members went to bed, we left and then had a beautiful conversation.
아주 예쁜 얘기들을 하고 잤죠.
예쁜 얘기, 예쁘다, beautiful. 예쁜 얘기, beautiful conversation. And remember, after Hope on the Stage final, day one concert, Jimin left that Weverse message, which he deleted the next day. He was quite tipsy after having some drinks. And at the same time, he also had conversation, beautiful conversation, late into night with RM. And he expressed how much RM loves armies and cares about armies. And I think the night before this live stream, he also had a late night talk with
자고 있었지.
Namjoon.
아니 자다가 깨가지고 와서 왜 영상 좀 보냐고요.
그리고 다시 잤어요.
Jungkook was like, I was asleep at the time. And Jimin goes, you woke up, but why you woke up in the middle of the night? And why were you filming me? Then I went back to sleep, Jungkook says.
그게 뭐예요? 자다가 와가지고 영상 찍고 갔다고 했다
아니 이게 저거 지민이 형 뭐 하는
Like, seriously, what was that about?
하고 갔다가 자고 있으니까 그거 찍고 나와. 왜냐면
그 짜증나는 게 저 막 여러분들도 그렇겠지만 자기 전에 막 영상 보다 자잖아요.
So Jungkook just said Jimin Hyung was just lying there doing nothing, and he was like, "Oh, he's asleep," and filmed it and left.
그거 그대로 했는데 이제 막 애니메이션이 틀어져 있었어요. 그 타이밍에. 근데 그거를 왜 확대해서
짜증나다 means annoying. So he said, what annoys me is this. You know how everyone watches, how you watch videos before you go to bed, fall asleep? I had one playing just how I left it, and there was this animation still playing on the screen.
영상 찍고 내 얼굴 찍고 가냐고요.
And that's the moment Jungkook decides to zoom in, film the video or the screenshot, and record my sleeping face.
아, 추억이 되지 않겠습니까?
And Jungkook say, but hey, won't it all be good memories someday? 추억, memories. The Korean word for memories.
너네가 행복하고 건강했어.
Taking hilarious photos is such a bestie move, you know. This.
감사합니다. 그런 말을 해주셔서 너무 감사하고 여러분들도 행복하시길 바랍니다. 진심으로.
And then let's talk about.
정국이 노래. 무슨 노래 듣죠?
거기 아니야. 거기는 라이브러리.
Having some technical difficulties with the MacBook.
어제 편지가
뭐지?
This was funny.
아니 이걸로 해주세요.
저는 갤럭시 용자라 이거 모릅니다.
Jimin says, I'm a Galaxy user, so Samsung mobile user. So I'm assuming that he's a Windows guy, not a MacBook guy.
저 갤럭시 아닙니까?
아닙니까?
이거 모릅니다. 이거 뭐왜 쓰는 겁니까?
Jimin saying a Korean dialect.
제가 최고죠.
And BTS is a global ambassador of Samsung. By the way.
근데 얘만 왜 영어로 돼 있니?
And during this live stream, they listened to a lot of different songs. Some of them being Korean classics. Alright, I'm gonna skip this because of copyright issues. 39.
빠짐없이 듣고 있는 거 같아요. 그쵸?
그래?
Yeah, this song, Jimin says, I've been listening to it all day, all week. I've been obsessed. I listen to it almost every evening, basically every single day.
괜찮아요.
이것도 좋잖아.
And And this one they listened to recently
나는
too.
라이브 하면 노래 부르는 게 웬만하면 다였거든 거의.
저도 정국 씨거 보면은 거의 그런 거 같았어요.
Jungkook says, honestly, whenever I used to go live, I mostly just sing the whole time, which he actually did right after this live stream. He held a separate live stream on his own for 2 hours. And Jimin agrees. Yeah, from what I've seen, that's pretty much how your lives go.
그래서
태양이 이거죠.
Oh, this was funny. Jimin imitating V.
그래서
저는 보통 혼자 라이브 키면은
Oh, so here he says, when I turn on a live by myself, this is how I will do, how I'll act. Like mimicking his own like cute blank face. I just kind of sit there and like this and end it.
뭐예요? 그 비형 아니에요? 비형
태양이 이거죠.
And Jungkook says, isn't that V-hyung? This was surprisingly, well, it was hilarious, but surprisingly, yeah, kind of point on, spot on with V's expressions, that facial expression he makes in Weverse live stream. So that was funny. Jimin imitating V's signature expressions. Let's move over to 31 minutes, 23 seconds.
지민에게는 지민에겐
So while reading the lyrics,
딱 자고 있으면 살며시 와가지고
Jimin's like, this is so you. This is basically the song is Dear Jimin, because you know when I'm sleeping, you sneak over and film it, right?
영상 찍고 가잖아요.
꿈속으로 찾아가진 않잖아요.
But at least I'm not showing up in your dreams, Jungkook says. So they're like, okay, fair point.
맞죠?
그건 맞죠.
뭐라고요?
내가 형의 작은 것까지 알고 싶지 않아요.
뭐라고요?
Oh, this was also funny. Jungkook says, I don't want to know even the smallest things about you. 작다, 작은 것 means small things. 작다 means small.
내가 형의 작은 것까지 알고 싶지 않다고.
And Jimin didn't hear it correctly, so it says, what would you say? So Jungkook repeats again. I don't want to know even the smallest things about you.
또 아니에요?
뭐라고?
Because that's a 작은 것. It's a line from the song, I'm assuming.
내가 형의 작은 것까지 알고
But this was funny.
싶지 않다고.
저도 아니에요.
저도 아니에요. So Jimin said, same here. 저 means I or me. 또한 means like also or same. So 저도 아니에요.
뭐라고요?
And
뭐라고?
Jungkook was like, excuse me? This reminded me of what we talked about in part 1. Same expression, right? Jungkook wasn't sure what Jimin just said.
아니에요?
아, 저 또 아니라고? 너 잘못 들어가지고
I totally misheard that, Jungkook says.
어떻게 된 거지? 똥이라고 들었어요?
Okay, because 저 또 아니에요 kinda sounds like a swear word in Korean. I'm not gonna say this. Okay. 또 아니에요. It will kind of sound like that, which can sound very similar. Which is why Jungkook wasn't sure. What is this guy saying?
오케이 알겠어. 뭐라고 들었는지 모르겠지만
The way he articulated, he pronounced it, made it sound like it sounds like a swear word, Korean swear word.
발음 좀 이렇게 좀 잘.
아 제가 발음이
Now we're gonna talk about Jimin's pronunciation. Jungkook says, "Please pronounce it more clearly next time. Whatever you thought it was." 저 또 아니에요. 저 또 아니에요. Kind of sounds similar, right?
이게 있어요, 여러분들. 저의 좀 고질적인 어떤 고민 중 하나인데 말이 조금 느려요. 그래.
Jimin explaining himself. Alright, so I kind of have this issue with 발음, pronunciation. It's actually something I have struggled with for a while. I tend to speak a bit slowly.
멤버들이랑 같이 있으면 이 멤버들 속도에 맞춰서 좀 빨리 얘기하다 보면 말이 꼬여요.
Member means members, right? So when I'm around the members, I try to talk faster to keep up with their pace, and my words start getting all jumbled. 꼬이다. Jumbled.
마음에 걸려.
마음에 걸렸구만.
Okay, so it's been weighing on your mind, referring to the lyrics that just played, that was just being played. Okay, so that was funny. 저 또 아니에요. 저 또 아니에요. Here they're having fun because they found a YouTube playlist that's quite hilarious because it has all the like swear words. Who made this playlist? What?
야.
제목이
아니야?
내가 이걸
난 네가
Jimin thought it was Jungkook who made the playlist. So they just realized that you can actually listen to playlists that are already made by others.
선글라스 비춰서 이거 보이는 거 아이가?
아니야 안 보여.
And Jimin goes, wait, my sunglasses reflecting the screen? And Jungkook goes, no, they cannot see anything, but yeah, they were wrong because armies already caught this.
선글라스 비춰서 이거 보이는 거 아이가? 아 이렇게 돼 있는데. 말해. 야.
So the playlist title that they're looking at had swear words in it. It says, I did love you.
아이 시그야. 사랑하긴
But before that phrase, I did love you, is full of swearing.
했었는데 앞에 싹 다 여기 그냥 그냥 한국에 살 수 있는 최대한 욕과 사랑하긴 했어 이게 있어요.
So literally every Korean curse word imaginable. And then it ends with, I did love you. And I tried to locate that specific playlist that they're talking about. Well, I'm assuming that whoever made the playlist just broke up with their loved ones and are going through that process of recovering from the heartbreak, which is why, the playlist title is full of swear words.
그게 플레이리스트 제목이야. 한번 들어볼까?
So that's the actual playlist title. Want to check it out? And from here on is, mainly them listening to songs. Here, 김광석, 30쯤에, around 30 plays. Which is a classic in Korea, released in 1994. And this is something that people who just turned 30s listen to and reflect upon their lives.
사랑했다 아이가 사랑하지 않아서.
So there's
요즘엔
30쯤에. That's the title of the
형이
song.
서른이잖아.
You're 30 now, 형, right?
서른 하나.
31?
다 내년 아이가?
난 좀 나왔지 그래도.
You're turning 30 next year too, right? And Jungkook says, I still have some time left. Jungkook being a 막내 in this group.
아 그럼 나 아직 10월 안 지났어. 29.
Okay, I mean, it's not October yet, so I'm technically still 29.
어?
Let's actually Google it. Jimin 나이. Alright, yeah, 29, technically. His birthday is October 13th, 1995, October 13th. So he is 29. And the legal age system changed in Korea because there used to be like 3 different ways to count your age. So that's actually, people say, one thing that the previous government did right, Yoon Suk-yeol government, to standardize the age system. But of course, still a lot of Korean people stick to the traditional way of counting age.
생일 안 지나서 29.
이게
그거 왜 하는데 그거?
Jungkook making a weird popping sound with his ear.
이게 저번에 하다가
It's making weird noise. I know some armies would be saying, alright, Jungkook, please take care of yourself. Don't hurt yourself.
나 어릴 때 옛날에 복면가왕 나갔잖아.
Jungkook, I was on 복면가왕, which is a king of masked singer when I was younger. And that content used to be really popular. A lot of celebrities, not just singers, but just celebrities, whether well-known or not, sing with mask on, just yeah, spectacular mask on, and they sing. And it's like a competition, basically singing competition. And Jungkook was there, was featured in 2016. 3 to 4 years since their debut. 3 years since debut, right? And he was super young.
근데 이거 부르고 싶었는데 너무 어려가지고.
And I really wanted to sing the song, but I was too young
근데
back then.
뭔가 그런 건 있어. 네 어렸잖아.
Because again, the title of the song is 서른 즈음에, around 30. And at the time, Jungkook's, how old was he? 2016. Jungkook was 19. Jungkook 1997. So when was the year? 2016. My brain is not mathing right now. 2016. Like 20? Wow. Right? 3. 18. No, 16. 19 or 20?
약간 어린애들이 이해 못하면서 근데 부르는 그게 되게 그 나이인 사람들은 이상한 감동을 받을 때가 있잖아.
아, 그치 뭔 소리야.
너가 불러서 오히려 너는 잘 이해 못하고 불렀지만
This was interesting.
듣는 사람들은 되게 마음에 왔을 수도 있어.
Jimin says, but you know, there's something about that. When younger kids sing songs, they don't really understand yet. It hits differently for people listening. And Jungkook agrees, yeah, that happens. I know exactly what you mean. And Jimin says, even if you didn't fully get the lyrics as a kid, the people listening might have felt it deeply anyway. If Jungkook had decided to sing this song when he competed for this 복면가왕. But yeah, I'm not sure if you like such concept exists in your countries, but that's people say, especially Korean artists and vocalists say that as you age, you start to understand the lyrics more deeply, especially when it comes to classics like Kim Kwang-seok's music, and you get to express your emotions more genuinely when you sing as you get older, which is one of the reasons why IU became so like recognized by people, especially her fellow artists, is because even when she was young, she was able to express feelings and emotions and lyrics of an older artist, like much older artist. I like IU, and IU has collaborated with Suga, for example, before.
근데 계절은 다시 돌아오는 걸까 아니면은
생각하기 나름이지 뭐.
Jungkook asking a random yet thoughtful question. 계절 means season in Korea. Hey, do season actually come back again? Or, and Jimin says, it depends how you look at it. Like, was it a season?
아니면 그 한철의 그 계절을 보낸 걸까 아니면 다시 돌아오는 걸까?
Was it a season that passed for good, or is it one that returns? So he's talking about the cycle of life, or cycle of seasons.
아니지.
생각하기 나름이지. That depends on your mindset. 생각 literally means thoughts. Okay.
보낸 거지.
그래서 그걸로 하자.
Jungkook, no, it's a season that we have sent off. And Jimin says, 그런 걸로 하자. Let's go with that.
안돼 이쪽이야. 나 아픈 줄 알아. 나 이제 거의 안 아픈데.
So Jimin just pierced his ear. So no, not that side. That's the one that hurts.
왜? 혹시 무서워서?
It's pretty much fine now, but I'm still nervous about it.
제가 귀 뜨면은 안 나아요. 꽤 오래 아파요.
Whenever I get my ears pierced, they don't heal well. They stay sore for a long time.
회복이 느려요.
My recovery is just really slow. 회복 means recovery. 회복하다 in a verb form is to recover.
난 진짜 회복 1티어인데 1티어.
On the
0.01티어야 나.
other hand, Jungkook says, I used to be, or I am like top tier at healing.
사장님도 그렇잖아.
Like tier 1. No, actually 0.01 tier. Top of the top.
피어싱 사장님 저 그 링으로 바로 했는데 잘 안 몰았습니다. 걱정 안 하셔도 됩니다.
And Jimin says, even the shop owner, piercing shop owner said it too. And Jungkook is sending a message to the piercing shop owner. 사장님, I got a pierce with the ring right away. The how do you call that? Lip ring, and it healed perfectly. So don't worry about it. He said, 걱정 안 하셔도 됩니다.
이거는 너무 맞는 말입니다. 왜냐면
Yeah, I love this song.
계속 이제 미래로 가고 있고 계속 과거.
Not sure if you know this artist. If you like Korean songs, Korean music, or if you want to explore more of Korean songs, especially oldies, check him out. He's one of the artists that basically all musicians really respect. He had a quite tragic life. Him and there's another one. I will come up with the name later. Anyways.
가 되고 있습니다. 지금 이 순간도 아주 과학적인 이런 말 하면 안 되나?
Talk about a specific lyrics from the song.
항상 존재하지만 존재하지 않는 것은 무엇일까?
This is funny.
뭐라고?
존재하지만 존재하지 않는 것은 무엇일까?
이게 질문이야?
So Jungkook is quizzing. What do you think is something that exists but doesn't exist?
그 어떤 그거야? 넌센스야?
아니 넌센스 막 그렇게 장난스러운 건 아닌데.
그런 거 아니야? 이런 거 아니야?
So it's not he's not trying to trick Jimin.
항상 존재하지만 존재하지 않는 거.
It didn't really mean anything. It's just
이게 넌 뭐라고
근데
생각해?
설명을 난 답을 알고 있어.
아 정답이 있어?
존재하지만 존재하지 않는 것.
he goes on and on with this, so I'll summarize this. So apparently, he watched an episode from a Netflix series called Devil's Plan. And I had a screenshot of that right here. And so Devil's Plan, the participants have to go through like questions and problem sets, and one of them being the question, what is something that comes near you but never arrives? But Jungkook remembered wrong, and which is why he said something that exists but doesn't exist. The answer to the original question is 내일, tomorrow. Something that always comes near you or comes closer to you but never arrives. Tomorrow. And Jungkook is like confusing himself and others and Jimin and armies. So it's like I'm not explaining it well. And Jimin tries his best to figure out the answer. And Jimin is like, okay, does it have something to do with thoughts, emotions?
명확한 단어가 있어.
But Jungkook goes like, there's a specific word for the answer. 무. I briefly touched upon this in my last video. So here's a screenshot from the episode, Devil's Plan. And yeah, 존재하지만 존재하지 않는 것. 존재 means to exist or an entity in a noun form. 무 is a Chinese character for nothingness. So Jimin thought that was the answer, but Jungkook's like, no, nothingness doesn't actually exist. So they're getting all philosophical here.
근데 약간 비슷한 논리긴 해. 아니야 이게 존재하지만
So
존재.
they were talking about that for forever. So that was
한번 더
that.
맞춰보라고. 나 궁금한 게 있는데.
Jungkook tried to find the question by googling it, but he couldn't locate it.
아까 그
So
연락을 해준다고 하셨던 것 같은데.
they are asking armies.
그래 그럼 다시 한번 설명해줘.
We'll skip this portion.
문제하지만 이렇게 칠라 했는데.
I'm not sure which season. I heard that Devil's Plan 2 or 3 was quite not good. But anyways.
내가 이게 내가 문제를 다시 줄게. 이게 데블리스 플랜 본 사람은 알지만 형이 맞출 수 있을까?
Jungkook's like, if you have watched Devil's Plan, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
여기 같은데. 지하에서 다시 올게. 좀
아니라.
Oh,
아는 거면 좋겠어요.
this is important. This is important. Kind of reminded me of when we talked about artist privacy. I mean, all BTS members have suffered from the infringement of privacy. But Jungkook, I think, has suffered the most. Maybe I'm not correct, but he has suffered from all kinds of infringements. Someone tried to, like, literally stole his stocks, but also someone tried to break into his home the day he got discharged. And here, Jimin's like, who's trying to hack my ID again? And Jungkook, without missing a beat, immediately chimes in.
인증번호 이런 거 좀 그만 보내주면 좋겠어요.
그래, yeah, seriously, please stop sending verification codes and stuff. He's laughing, but I think he means it because it seems like they keep getting the OTP verification text. Nowadays when you try to log in with your IDs, they send you, like the portals that you're trying to log into, send you text messages with the verification code. And someone other than BTS members themselves are trying to log in using their IDs and passwords, which is why they're getting text messages, verification codes, even though they didn't try to log in themselves. 그만해라. Stop it already, Jimin says. And this is funny yet sad. Jungkook says, you probably know all our info by now anyway. Again, hilarious, at the same time, sad and important. What else is there to dig up? There's nothing left, Jimin says. I think some armies might be frustrated for the fact that Jimin and Jungkook are laughing and trying to be, casual about it when they say it because it's a serious violation. But I'm pretty sure the members know it too. But it's just, sadly, they cannot stop it from happening. The violation. And quit trying to contact us too. Just don't. 하지 말라. But he said it in a really funny way. And yeah, I wanted to touch upon this to make a point that, we all know that true fans don't do this stuff, right? But because BTS has like millions, tens of millions of fans, some of them, step over the line, cross the line. Alright, here's when they talk about K-pop Demon Hunters. It seems like BTS members really love that film. In fact, two things. Jungkook. Well, it was actually RM who first made a reference to K-pop Demon Hunters. During the OT7 live, at the very end, RM was like, right here, right? You're my soda pop. And Jungkook immediately says, hey, you watched it too? It was fun. It was good. And I love, secondly, I love when Jimin answers Jungkook's question in a singing format. He just said, no, I didn't. Namjoon Hyung told me to watch it in though. And he added a melody to it. So, I like that. It was beautifully sung.
정국이가 골든 먼저 하지 않았어?
그게 의미가 있어?
Didn't Jungkook release Golden first? Because Jungkook just played one of the soundtracks from the film titled Golden, which has been quite popular nowadays because the film has become really successful.
나잖아요.
And Jungkook's like, does that even matter? Jimin answers, it makes me kind of mad.
맞긴 해.
But the song's good, so that's all that matters, Jungkook says.
기분 좋아.
So, yeah, they're talking about this track, saying nowadays so many people are covering this track. It's huge. I only heard people saying it's insane, so I listened to it. Yep. And then Jimin's like, oh, I have heard this. I think I saw it in a video. It's good. Why does it sound so familiar? And I have briefly talked about this last time, and I finally have realized that it kind of sounds like I Am by IVE. Especially the pre-chorus, I think. Or the chorus.
아 그런 거. 아니 나는 이 멜로디 어디 있어?
그러니까 요런 라인
그래 많지. 아니 그러니까 그 생각이 안 나니까.
Yeah, this melody feels like I have heard it somewhere before, but this kind of melodic line shows up a lot, Jungkook says. And says, yeah, totally. It's just that I cannot remember where. So it feels even more familiar.
빰빰씨 맨날 이러는데.
And was it Jimin who said? This is exactly how we always work. You know, coming up with melodies, humming and stuff. Jimin is saying Jungkook makes a weird noise with his ears in a singing form. I like that.
JK 딱 소리 열 아이돌
And then they're gonna listen to Your Idol, which is another soundtrack from K-pop Demon Hunters. This song has also become very popular and successful. There's a lot of Korean in it. Jimin notices, and Jungkook answers, yeah, it's because K-pop Demon Hunters after all. Alright, let's skip over to, because they finished listening to Your Idol and then move on to play Soda Pop. Oh, this was interesting. So
뭔 노래 찾고 있는 건데?
Jungkook notices that Jimin is spending time to look for a particular song. What are you even looking for? And Jimin, with this smile, suddenly plays ILLIT's TACK. And both of them burst into laughter.
왜 우리 많이 들었잖아.
Why? We have listened to this a lot.
많이 들었지.
Yes, we really have. That's from the chorus of this track, TACK by ILLIT. And I think it kind of sounds like they have some sort of funny story about this song, which they listened to a lot when they were in the military.
죄송합니다. 제가 이거 너무 사랑했던 앨범인데.
Because I mean, yeah, the song is quite addictive. And here, Jimin is looking for a particular album that he used to really love.
아 틱탁 저거?
But then Jungkook jumps in. Oh, you mean this TACK album?
사랑했죠.
And Jimin's like, well, no, I mean, well, yeah, this too. Yeah, I love this too. TACK, by the way, is from ILLIT's second EP.
잠깐 이거 시간은
왜 아저씨가 됐지?
디다더라도
Jungkook. 왜 우리 아저씨가 됐지? 아저씨 is old man. Why do we turn into old man, like middle-aged men?
아유
들어도 되는 노래.
나 서른 되기 싫은데.
나 30 되기 싫은데. I don't want to turn 30. And Jimin says, 똑같아요. 똑같다. The same. It's all the same. Jimin says.
그냥 뭐 무릎 조금만 더.
아니 서른 형 31잖아.
I think this is the third time they're talking about aging in this live stream, right? So Jimin's like, it's all the same, just your knees start hurting a little more. And Jungkook goes, isn't Hyung, aren't you 31 now?
31 되면 좀 다르다던데.
I heard it gets different after 31. Alright, so here's the thing. We just found out that Jimin is 29 because it's not past his birthday. But I told you, there are basically 3 ways to count age in Korea, even though the government has tried to standardize the system. But using the traditional method, Jimin is 31, which is why Jungkook says that.
똑같아요.
I think I made a video about it on my separate channel, Classy. So if you're curious, go check it out. Classy Korea. Or I think it's Classy.
근데 무릎 좀 아프고 발가락 좀 아프고 아픈 게 다행이라 허리도 좀 아프고
This is so real.
발가락 좀 아프고 맞아 아픈 게 다행이라 허리도 좀 아프고
Jimin says still it's the same. It's just that now your knees hurt, your toes hurt, 발가락, 무릎, knees, 발가락, toes, and
아침 일어나면 누워 있고 싶고
and your lower back to 허리. And you wake up in the morning and just want to stay lying down.
조심해야죠. 여러분들 진짜 운동하셔야 돼요. 맞아요, 진짜.
And we really have to watch out for our backs, seriously. And they're talking to armies directly. Everyone, you have to exercise. Seriously. Please.
진짜 운동하셔야 돼, 제발.
For real.
운동하셔야 돼요.
You guys seem...
여러분들 지금 누워 있는 거 다 알아요.
You guys need to move. I know most of you are lying down right now.
아니 저 되게 바쁘게 일하고 있을 수
아 그런데 우리 여기만 저녁에.
Jungkook says, well, they might actually be super busy working right now, too, referring to armies watching this live stream. And Jimin's like, yeah, you're right. It's only evening here, after all.
아 진짜?
Because the time zones are different.
미안하다. 너 할 수 있잖아.
So, I didn't know exactly what he was saying here. First, Jimin says, sorry, my bad.
너 할 수 있잖아.
But 형 와이프 있잖아. It kind of sounds like, I've got a wife, though. And then they're laughing. And maybe they're referring to the joke that 정국이 와이프다. Jungkook said, Jimin says he's Jungkook's wife, playfully calling himself or referring to Jungkook as his wife. Just commenting on their brotherhoodship.
카메라 드릴게요.
So it's a joke, especially when it comes to K-pop. When members are really close to each other, they playfully call each other, I am this member's wife or something.
아 그래 이거를 기록을 하자.
Or this member is my wife.
나 어제 카메라 세팅 다 맞춰.
뭐를 기록을 하자고.
And that's what like Korean K-pop fans make a joke out of.
라이브를 하던 거를.
Nothing serious though.
혹시 모르잖아.
이거 기록이 다 되잖아요.
I mean, some people really believe that. For example, like, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about this. Jungkook says there's a camera too.
보컬이잖아. 카메라 각도도 좀 다르고.
아, 자 정국이 하고 싶은 거 다 해야지.
And Jungkook's like, maybe we should record using this camera. But Jimin says this is a live stream, so it's getting recorded properly, like in real time. And Jungkook says if we use the camera, maybe it's a higher quality.
말이나 많지.
The angle is all different.
또 봐. 이거 먹어야 돼 이거를.
Jimin is saying this because Jungkook is giving a hard time. Yeah, someone commented their friendship got even like tighter, the bonds after the military. They spent every minute, every second with each other for the past year and a half. And by the way, I have rewatched 이게 맞아 season 1, and they were already hilarious in the best way possible, being best friends with each other. But now, man, the interaction is on a different level. This was interesting. We are only an hour into this video. I love it. I love it. But here,
맞아.
yeah, this was one of the highlights for me from this live stream. This episode from their military. Jungkook recording melodies that he heard inside his dream.
녹음해놨지.
So this one is not about that episode I'm talking about. So Jungkook, it sounds like he recently recorded a melody that he thought of
화장실에서 샤워하다가
while I was showering.
갑자기
이거 내가 팬분들한테 얘기해줬나?
He thought of a certain melody and it sounds like he recorded it separately.
이거 너 지금 얘기하려는 거 그거지. 생각난 멜로디 있어서 아까 노래 작업하던 거.
And that immediately reminded Jimin of a separate story.
그거 잘 알고 군대에서 얘가
So Jimin's like, okay, did we ever tell Army about this? So you're talking about that thing, right? And they start to tell the story.
이거 얘기했었나?
아 맞아 이거 군대에서 꿈 얘기 많지. 근데 진짜 좋았어.
그러니까 설명을 하자면 우리끼리 대화인데.
Yeah, so back in the military, did we ever tell the story before? The one about my dream, Jungkook says?
설명하자면 제가 잠을 못 이루고 있었어요.
So-
저 천장만 보고 우리 언제 나가는 것인가 하면서 막 이러고 있는데.
Yeah, this story is significant and interesting on so many levels. First of all, Jimin said, let me explain. So I couldn't fall asleep one night, right? And I was just staring at the ceiling. 천장 means ceiling. Thinking, when do we ever get out of here?
하는 것인가 하면서
So, expressing his frustration. And this is so real. I mean, if you have gone to the Korean military, so this is what your first night inside the Korean military camp looked like. Just
진짜 밤이 레전드거든요, 여러분들. 잘 때
it says nights in the military are legendary, meaning are on another level in terms of like spending harsh time, I would say.
진짜 아무것도 없으니까
그냥 지침대로.
거의
Loneliness, pain, sorrow.
심지어 저희 산 위에 있었어가지고 뭐 불도 없어요. 그래서 불 끄면 진짜 엄청 깜깜하잖아요.
Blue means light.
시계만 이렇게 빨갛게 빛나고 있어서
Yeah. So when you're trying to sleep, there's nothing, and we were literally on a mountain, no lights, just pitch black. Once they turn the lights off. In the military, the lights off is at around 10:30 p.m. It might differ from like base to base, but when it comes to our base, when I served, it was 10:30 p.m. So once it's past the lights off, the only thing glowing is the red clock.
이제 그거만 보고 있는데
I was just staring at that, which is exactly why I came up with this screenshot online. How lonely and dark this looks, and how sad these guys look. Of course, serving is a really something that you should be proud of, but Korea has a different system. It's mandatory. So
새벽에 갑자기 이제 못 자고 있는데 정국이가 너무 뜬금없이 갑자기 노래를 부르는 거예요. 근데
and here comes just the
너무 잘하는 거예요. 그냥 너무 스킬풀하게 불렀거든요.
the real story. Then in the middle of the night, I suddenly started hear Jungkook singing out of nowhere, and he sang it really well.
막 따라라라라라라
He was super skillful,
막 이렇게 했는데
typical Jungkook.
난 순간 들으면서
And yeah, he wasn't just humming; he was singing with full skill. And Jimin heard it, and Jimin was like,
한참 이거 따라는 못할 것 같은데. 잠시 따라는 못할 것 같은데. 그래서 이렇게 고개만 이렇게 들었고.
and he was like, yeah, I was listening and thinking, there's no way I could sing that.
그런데
And I even like lifted my head from bed to listen properly.
갑자기 너가 딱 이래서
And then totally seriously, he just went like this.
어디서도 나 네가 장난치는 이러면서
It was so ridiculous. I thought you were messing with me.
정국 씨?
And I got up and was like, "Oh, Jungkook, see?"
정국 씨? 근데 너
Snorting.
그 꿈을 꿨어요.
Jungkook is such a
꿨는데
loud snorter,
일단은 그
according to the
꿈이
members.
안에는 아니었고 그 어디서 그러니까 꿈 안에서 제가 잤어요. 꿈 안에 꿈이었던 거지. 꿈 안에 꿈. 꿈에서도 한 번 더 잔 거야.
So Jungkook tells the story himself. So I had a dream, but in the dream I was sleeping. So it was basically a dream within a dream, like the film Inception, basically. So in the dream,
있었는데
I was lying down,
아니 잠시만. 그러다가
그거를
and then I started singing. So when I woke up in the dream, inside the dream, I wanted to remember it so badly.
그거
기억하려고
기억하려고
I grabbed my
그래서
recorder and recorded it.
바로 녹음하는데
녹음을 녹음기로 녹음을 했어. 그냥 근데 그게 너무 좋았단 말이야.
Inside the dream, mind you.
근데 생각보다 그거를 밖에 이제 현실에서도 되게 크게 불렀어요.
It was honestly so good. So I sang it loudly again
그거 너무 좋았는데
in the real world after waking up.
진짜 좋았어요.
그걸 녹음 못했지.
그래 저도 이거를
깨니까 군대였고.
Because when he said after waking up, it was inside a dream. I still remembered it. It was so good, but I didn't get to actually record it because when he really woke up, he realized that he was back in the military.
나도 이거 기억해주고 싶은데 나 들으면서 와 진짜 쩐다 이랬는데 뭐 따라를 해야지 뭐 따라할 수 있어야지 이거를 어떻게 뭐 기억을 해주겠는데
그걸 녹음을 했었어야 되는데.
Jimin's like, I really wanted to hold on to the melody for you because, but I couldn't even hum it back.
그래 근데 어차피 깼었어도 뭐 핸드폰이 없는데 어떻게
그러니까 노래 멘트 못하지.
And this is sad. Jungkook's like, I should have recorded it, but Jimin goes, but even if you had tried, you didn't have your phone. There's nothing you can do. So here's the thing. Like I told you, these days, soldiers can use phones, mobile phones on base. But after a certain time, so on weekends, you get to use it for a long time. But on weekdays, you can only get your phones back after your work. So at around like starting 5 p.m. And then you have to submit them back, return them. You actually put them inside this locked box, okay, in a certain room where they store all the phones of military servicemen. Not officers. Officers can use their phones all the time, but for ordinary servicemen, soldiers, they have to return their phones, put them inside this locked box before lights out, so like 10 p.m. So if Jungkook thought of a beautiful melody in the middle of the night, there's no way he could have recorded it. Which is why his...
그러니까 그래도 내가 진짜 그 맨정신에 있을 때는 내가 몇 번이고 되뇌이고 부르면은
안 까먹게
학습이 되잖아.
그치,
근데
그치.
꿈에서도 내가 이거를 안 까먹으려고 깬 그 꿈 안에서 깬 꿈 거기서 안 까먹으려고 계속 불렀단 말이야.
Yeah, so if he were awake in the reality, he could have like sung it, repeated that melody over and over again so he could like remember it. And he really tried hard. Even in that half dream state, he kept singing it over and over so he wouldn't forget.
저도 그런 적이 있거든요. 집에서 혼자 자다가
I was really trying to train my dream self not to forget. And you know how in real life, if you repeat something over and over, it sticks? Well, I was doing the same thing inside the dream.
자다가 그 잠들기 직전 있잖아요.
And this was funny.
미안.
괜찮아요.
꿈나라로 가기 직전에 좋은 멜로디가 생각난 거예요.
I've had that experience too, Jimin says. Right when you're, when you're about to fall asleep, like on the verge of entering 꿈나라, dreamland. 꿈나라 is a cute way of saying, sleeping or fall asleep.
그래서 막 되게 힘겹게 핸드폰을 켜가지고
And a really good melody suddenly popped into my head. And
부르다 잤어요.
I struggled to grab my phone and started recording it.
제가 들었거든요.
But the next morning, when I checked the recording, it sounded like that.
와 맞다 그 원래 진짜 좋아한다거든요.
So Jimin said it felt so good at the time, but when it
나는 왜더 기상하지 못했어?
when I heard the recording, it sounded terrible. So it's like, Jaegil, damn it, why didn't I wake up properly?
그게 형은 그 자고 있었던 거야. 근데
And why couldn't I just snap out of it?
자고 있었는데 뚫고 나오지 못했단 말이야.
놓으면 되면
그거를 뚫고 나왔어야 됐는데 형이
어쩌-
아직도 잠에 들어가 있었던 거지.
Jungkook says it's like you know you were sleeping but you couldn't break through. You need to push past that barrier from inside the dream. So you were still trapped in the dream.
진짜 엄청 실력.
근데 녹음한 것도 대단하다. 그게
그러니까 이렇게 핸드폰에
대단하다 means impressive. But honestly, it's impressive that you even managed to hit record.
제가 이러고 자고 있었는데 손에 이렇게 있었어요. 느껴가지고 켰는데 이렇게 너무.
Jimin says, yeah, I had my phone in my hand while I was half asleep, and I just reached out and managed to press record.
근데 그것도 다음날 일어나서 생각해서 확인한 게 아니라 그 다음 날인가?
그치, 생각 안 나잖아 사실.
나 녹음했는데 하고 딱 봤는데.
And the funny part was, I didn't even check the recording the next morning. I think it was the day after. So I suddenly remember, oh, 나 녹음했지. Oh, right, I recorded something. And I played it back. And it was literally just that weird noise.
진짜 나는 정말 나다 이러면서 속상했었죠 그때도.
And Jimin says, I heard that and thought, yep, that's totally me. And it was just honestly upsetting.
언젠가 그런 그 멜로디가 형 머릿속에서 딱 내려지지 않을까?
근데 진짜 그럴 때가 있어요. 그 꿈에서
Jungkook says, maybe one day that melody will come back to you. Maybe it will randomly flash through your mind again.
진짜 좋은 멜로디를 옆에서 불러줄 때도 있고
맞아.
한 번도 깨웠을 때 근데 보통 아쉽게도 참 다 군대였어요 저는.
Sometimes in your dreams, someone's singing an incredible melody to you, and they have the experience, and then
꿈 배경이?
you wake up. But sadly for Jimin, all those moments were in the military.
깼을 때 기억할 수 없는 조건들로 가득하는 곳이었지.
그러니까 하필
근데
The environments where you cannot physically record yourself.
여기 나오니까 이제 또 너무 잘 자니까 이제 꿈을 꾸긴
The whole
하는데
environment
기억이
makes it
안 나.
worse. But now here, he's having great sleeping patterns, so he doesn't even remember dreams. And yeah, the reason why I love this story and episode, because I have had the same experience on two levels. First of all, when I was in the military, I did an officer, right? And I write songs, I produce, I write music. But when you go through basic training, okay, you cannot use your phones at all. During the basic training, no phones. And for officers, it's about 3 months. But one day, I came up with this beautiful melody. Not beautiful, but a great song with even lyrics. And this was for, like, there's a competition for officers in the middle of your training, where each squad comes up with a song that you would sing while you go for a run as a group. And then I was the one who came up with our own song, and I came up with the melody in the middle of the night. But mind you, I had no phone to record myself. So just like Jimin and Jungkook said, I sang it to myself over and over again, praying that I will remember this next morning. Okay, so I wrote down the lyrics first. I did that. Next morning, I woke up, and the first thing I did was to talk to this great musician that we had in our squad. Thankfully, it was a genius, and he was able to write the notes and write a music sheet out of it. That's how I recorded. So in that environment, even without a phone, you could record yourself. But I guess when it comes to Jimin and Jungkook, they maybe they didn't have anyone who could like read or write sheet music, so which is kind of sad. Also, another thing, I also had the same experience that Jimin went through. I heard this beautiful melody in the dream, and in the middle of the night, I woke up and managed to record myself. And here, I think this is still on my phone. It's titled like 꿈속. Yeah, here we go. Like 꿈속. So in the middle of the dream, like humming or something, and this is what it sounds like. This is funny. I thought it was beautiful. But I was still like tired, sleepy. And the next morning when I heard it, it was kind of ridiculous. And yeah, musicians do this all the time. Especially those who do not like write sheet music and read or write notes. They record melodies using their phones. And the person who like comes up melodies, there's a term for it, top liner. And that's how a lot of musicians, work on their music. So once they come up with melodies, they record themselves and give it to their producers to see if they can make beats that could go along with the melody beautifully. For me though, I produce myself. So first I record myself the melody. For example, I think it's this one that I. And melodies come to you all the time. And while you're going for a walk, you go for shopping, or you're waiting for your bus, and even in the like noisy environments, I will like, record myself. Of course, it sounds terrible when you first do it. Yeah, so that's how you do, so that you don't want to forget the melody that one day you can turn into an awesome song, right? For me though, like I told you, I don't have any like producers that I work with, so I have to do it all myself. So I have like tons of recordings that I never go back to, which is kind of funny. Anyways, all right, where are we? We're still an hour into the session. I think I should make a part 3 video separately. Hopefully you understand my situation. I have a meeting in 30 minutes, so I'll get through that, and we'll go through the rest of the video live stream in part 3, finish it, and then I will go through the live stream that the members did after this one. Okay? From here on, they talk about dreams more, sleep and dreams, and then they talk about old memories, like videos from a decade ago, like 13 years ago, that they have found on HYBE label's channel, which is used to be Big Hit channel. And then they read ARMY comments. Yeah, so it'll be good. All right, so overall, once again, chaotic, hilarious, thoughtful, cute, adorable. They did everything. Lots of highlights, especially when they talked about that episode from the military when they thought of the melodies. Jungkook thought of beautiful melodies, but he couldn't record himself. I wish he did. I wish he had a fellow soldier who's musically talented and write out like the sheet notes, music notes. And then, yeah. Let me know if there's some information that I left out or I was wrong about. And feel free to fill in the gaps by writing comments. And when you do so, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Thank you guys. Peace and love. Did I go through? Yeah. So we have this. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go through the rest of them. But again, super impressive that these guys successfully finished their military service. intact. So congratulations once again. Bye bye.